Welcome to This Week This Morning, the weekly video that gets you up to speed on the week's most important developments for your business and your taxes. Well, the problem solvers have given us all a glimmer of hope for a stimulus package with their proposal released earlier this week. And who exactly are the problem solvers, you ask? Well, say hello to a group of 25 Democrats and 25 Republicans who are taking matters into their own hands to try to break the political stalemate that's currently preventing the passage of the next coronavirus relief package. Their proposal strikes a reasonable balance between the Democratic and Republican proposals, both in terms of budget and provisions. Slated to cost approximately $1.5 trillion, the proposal contains the following. Number one, $450 a week in additional unemployment insurance, which would last for 8 weeks. Thereafter, the amount would increase to 100% of a person's previous wages, capped at $600 a week. Number two, a second round of stimulus checks that would be largely the same as the first round, except that the additional $500 per dependent seems to have no cap and includes adult dependents. Number three, it would repurpose $145 billion of unused PPP funds on top of an additional $95 billion in new funds to fund a second round of PPP and EIDL loans. Number four, $500 billion for state and local governments. Number five, $145 billion for schools and child care providers. And number six, $100 billion for coronavirus testing. This proposal is likely the last chance of any meaningful legislation being passed prior to the November election. Not to say that this proposal will become a bill as is, but it does serve as a valuable anchor for both sides, as it has shown generally what is agreeable to both parties. Such a framework could prove meaningful in bridging what was previously a $2 trillion gap between Democrats and Republicans. On top of that, it currently has the support of the president. Ultimately, this should create momentum toward reaching a compromise, which hopefully could become a bill. If it doesn't, and we should know in the next week or two, then nothing, unfortunately, is going to happen until after the November elections. On another note, in response to the wildfires in the West and the hurricanes in the South, Senate Democrats have proposed a new relief bill called the 2020 Disasters Tax Relief Act. The bill would provide the following relief to those affected. Number one, an exception to the 10% penalty for early withdrawals from retirement plans. Additionally, the income tax from these distributions could be paid evenly over 3 years. And the amounts could be recontributed later on, allowing for higher contribution amounts in later years. Number two, a 40% tax credit on up to $6,000 of wages per employee paid by a disaster-affected employer to an employee in a qualified disaster zone. Number three, it would eliminate the requirement that losses need to exceed 10% of AGI in order to be deducted. Number four, taxpayers can elect to use their 2019 income on their 2020 tax return for purposes of figuring the earned income tax credit and child tax credit. Separately, the IRS states that they would extend the due dates for individuals and business tax returns and payments to January 15th, 2021. Keep an eye on FEMA's website to see which regions are designated as qualifying for this assistance. More next week. Thanks for watching.